Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Amira from Fayza Arabic Centre, and we are here going to talk about the second lesson, our second lesson that has to do with the noun. We are carrying on with nouns. This part has to do with basic points. First, introducing some basic points about the Arabic language and the nouns in particular, and then we will go through part one of the types of pronouns, inshallah. So some basic points to be noted. So all nouns in Arabic are either masculine or feminine in gender. And this is very important, that to be more accurate, that is except some of the particles. Other than this, or most of the particles, other than this, all the words have to be either masculine or feminine. This is super important. So second, and by the way, why it is important for us to understand this and keep it in mind all the time, because these are one of the big factors that are going to affect our choices in the Arabic language while using the language or while trying to understand what's happening in a sentence or an ayah. Because this means that if the word is feminine, everything that is referring to this word or has to do with this word, like a fi'l, verb, or another noun, has to be picked or chosen suitable for the gender of this word. The next point here. In English, we only have a singular or plural, but in Arabic, we have singular, dual, and a plural. So dual is something different in that we don't have in English. And it does exist in Arabic and is very important. And dual means that I have a certain ending that I would add at the end of the word to say that I have only two of this word or this whatever I'm talking about. And this means also that I don't need to mention the number two, like two books, for example. Instead of that, I would say kitaban or kitabain. It's only one word with a specific ending that would tell me I have two of this object. طيب, next point, singular is just for one person or thing. Dual refers to two, and the plural refers to more than two. In English, that is next point. In English, we have first, second, and third persons, and we have the same in Arabic, and this is very important. We have in Arabic also we have first person, second person, and third person, and this is going to help us a lot to understand the way we need to choose our pronouns, whatever that type of the pronoun is, and is going to help us massively when we start being introduced to verbs as well. And we're going to talk about those three moods now in detail here, inshallah. Type. So we finished this point, this point, this point, this point, and now this point. The third person is the one spoken about, like they, them, he, she. The second person is the person is the one spoken to, like you, for example, and the first person is the one speaking, actually, like I, we, us. And we're going to talk now about this in detail through this table. So with all the above points in mind, the following table format is prepared which will be used throughout the course. And please keep this in mind, because you will need to, this is like your map. You need to understand it and to be able to use it in lots of things in the course, inshallah. The format progresses from right to left, starting with singular to dual to plural. So again, we are moving from right to left, starting with the singular, dual, and then plural. Before looking at this, I need to explain in more detail what is happening with the first person, second person, and third person. So again, first, person. We call it in Arabic ضمير المتكلم. And it means we are referring to that whoever is speaking. And the word refer is very important because this has to do with us understanding what is pronouns in the first place and how are we going to use them. So please remember that as long as we're talking about a pronoun, it's a word that refers to something that has been already mentioned. So if I tell you, for example, he's here, you would never mean, and you'd never understand or know what I mean by he unless I have mentioned or referred to him or mentioned him by name or by his job, whatever, before. And then I would be able to use something, another word that refers to him. Type. Second person, we call it in Arabic ضمير المخاطب. ضمير is pronoun. متكلم is the one who's speaking. So ضمير المتكلم means that the person who's speaking, first person, that makes sense. طيب ضمير المخاطب, ضمير again pronoun. المخاطب is the addressee, the person that I'm addressing. And this means the second person. It means that you are talking to someone. You are addressing somebody that is in front of you here with you and you are talking to him or her or to them. طيب third person, we call it in Arabic ضمير الغائب. As we said, ضمير is pronoun, الغائب is the absent. And the reason for calling it that way is that we are talking about somebody or something that is not here. It's not with us. And we're talking about this person or about this thing. And this is the third person. Type. Coming to the basic table that we're going to use a lot. It starts with third person masculine, in the singular, in the dual, in the plural, and then third person feminine, also singular, dual, plural, second person masculine, singular, dual, and plural, second person feminine, singular, dual, plural, first person masculine and feminine, singular, dual, there is no dual in this in the first person. Is going to you are going to use the plural for dual, so it's both these are the same. طيب, now what is I mean how this table is working. It's working here in this part. We have the mood, whether it's third or second. Let me make this one clear. Second, and then first. Fine. If I were you, I would use color coding. So I would put to myself, for example, I would put the, no, this is going to cover it. So I would use, for example, a highlighter, and I would put the, I can use it now instead of highlighter. I would make it a normal color. So I would highlight the third person in a color with a highlighter, of course. The second person in a different color. All the time, colors make things very clear in our mind, and help us to remember what we need to remember. And the first person is in a different color. Of course, please use any color that you would like. The reason for having 2 rows for the third person, 2 rows for the second person, and then only 1 row for the first person is that the third person and second person, we have gender, we have masculine and feminine. But the first person, we don't have gender and we don't have dual. So actually with the first person, we have both a form. I mean, whatever we have in the singular is going to be used for masculine and feminine, and whatever is used in the plural is used for plural masculine, feminine, and it is used only for the dual. And this is something that we're going to speak about in detail later on, so please don't worry about it, okay? Now, if we move on to have a look at الضمائر pronouns in Arabic. And the pronouns in Arabic, there are 2 big categories, and we have الضمائر المنفصلة, that is detached, which means that they are written as a separate word, and we have الضمائر المتصلة, attached, which means that they are attached to the word. And it with regard to ضمائر, the pronouns, when it is attached, it's going to be attached at the end of the word all the time. The function of ضمائر المتصلة, the attached pronouns are going to differ. We have different functions, but we're going to talk about this in detail later on. Now we're going to focus only on the detached pronouns, and please keep in mind the table that we have just introduced in the previous page. So again, we have الغائب المذكر, that is the third person I have mentioned already. Remember, I have mentioned here the names of the different moods. So first person ضمير المتكلم, second person is ضمير المخاطب, and third person is ضمير الغائب. So when it tells you here الغائب المذكر, that is third person and masculine. So again, third person masculine in the مفرد is هو, مثنى هما, جمع هم. طيب third person feminine الغائب المؤنث, هي singular, that is she, هما again for the dual, هن, that is they all, but is feminine. طيب الحاضر, that is like that is the المخاطب, sorry. So that is the second person masculine. It's أنت for you singular masculine, أنتما for dual, and أنتم for you all masculine or mixed gender. And then the second person feminine, it's أنتي, you singular feminine, أنتما dual, أنتن you all, but it should be all of them feminine. And finally, the first person singular, and it is used for both masculine and feminine, is أنا. So أنا means I, and it is used by both genders. And for the dual and the plural is gonna be نحن, regardless of the gender. So we have only 2 forms for the first person, as you can see. Type. This table should be memorized thoroughly, and I will mention later on something that's going to help you a lot to memorize it. Don't worry about that. Certain points to be specifically noted while memorizing are all the third person masculine and feminine pronouns begin with the ha, as you can see. That is ha, هو, هما, هم, هي, هما, هن. So it is all the third person starts with a ha. And all second person masculine and feminine pronouns begins with the letter alif, nun, or ta. So here ألف نون أنت, sorry. So أنت, أنتما, أنتم, أنتي, أنتما, أنتن. All of them starts with the three letters, and then it might be different حركة or different letters added. These steps are going to help you a lot to remember what we have just said about the those pronouns. Another thing that is going to help you that all dual masculine and feminine pronouns end with the ma. So the dual, we have said no dual in the first person, so the dual is going to exist only in the second person and in the third person. So the dual is all the time having this ending ma, regardless again of whether it's a second person or a third person. طيب, what other tips? All the masculine and masculine second and third person plural ends with a meme with a sukun too. So let us have a look here. So the tip was saying that the second and third person plural masculine are going to end all the time with a meme with a sukun, with a meme with a sukun, which is true. Finally, all feminine second and third person plural ends with a noon with a shadda and fatha, as you can see. And again, second and third plural feminine ends with a noon with a shadda and fatha, as you can see. So these tips are going to help you massively in memorizing these ones. And if you are being introduced for the first time to those detached pronouns, they might be confusing and those do not make sense and hard to remember and all that. But please have a look at the end, the comment of this video, and you will find me adding a link to a set on my Quizlet that it's going to help you to memorize and using this set is going to make memorizing and knowing more about those pronouns very easy through spending good time. It's not going to be hard. So please have a look at it. It's again a link that I'm going to add to the comment to the video under this video, inshallah. And if you are one of my students, definitely I will make sure that you would have this link sent to you. طيب, the following are examples of detached pronouns found in the Quran. Let us have a look at it, and I would like you all the time to try to apply everything that we take to the Quran. So, هو الله أحد. هو here is a third person, singular, masculine. هو خير لكم, again, third person, singular, masculine. The translation هو الله أحد, he is Allah the one, but هو خير لكم, it is good for you. Now, the reason for this change in the translation is that we don't have it in Arabic. It doesn't have a gender, and we don't have any noun in Arabic that does not have a gender. So it is all the time has the gender has to be clear in nouns. طيب, إذ هما في الغار. هما is third person, dual, masculine. It could be masculine or feminine, but here it is masculine. It is referring to Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. So it is two men here, but it can be referring to two women as well. Here, hum is third person, plural, masculine, and we said it can also be used it with the mixed gender. طيب, هي is third person, singular, feminine. It can be translated into she or it, but it's here in هي إلا حياتنا الدنيا. It's not but our worldly life. هن لباس لكم is third person, plural, feminine. So they, but it is because of how it looks. I mean, it's hunna. We know that it is referring to a group of women, only women. They are here for you, and the ayah was talking about wives in general. طيب أنت قلت للناس. أنت is second. Sorry, it's second person. It is singular and masculine. أنتما ومن اتبعكما الغالبون. It's a second dual masculine, or it can be also feminine, as we have explained. أنتم is second plural masculine or mixed gender. أنا ربكم الأعلى. It's first and it is singular. We don't have gender, but here it's Allah speaking to us. نحن, again, it is first and plural, and we don't have gender. That is we. Now, this is the end of our lesson here, and I would like you to do the exercise, which is go to the Mus'haf, open the Mus'haf, and try to find those pronouns while reading the Mus'haf or reading the Quran, either the simple surahs or your usual part of the Quran that you regularly read. Hope you find these lessons helpful, inshallah. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.